the Miss Eco International 2025.
Good morning. Well, to be honest, the feeling sank in later on when I got home last week and right? And I made sure that I spent some time to go home in Leon, and I was there for 2 hours. So hindi ko to mantila kay Lola, and it only sank into me that I won and I brought my sash with me, and it was her birthday and 4 days before the competition. So it was more of a birthday gift for her, and of course for supporting me and guiding me. So I was very happy. I was very happy that not only I was able to win, but the whole Iloilo and the whole Philippines, but most importantly, my Lola Basen.
So my major question is, you look forward entering again or joining Miss Universe Philippines 2026?
Well, I'm actually not sure about that. Syempre, I feel like given the fact that I just won Miss Eco and I have 1 whole year of working with the organization, if maybe I'm planning to join again, definitely not next year or the year after that. I would like to do something different for a while. But maybe for sure before I end my pageant career, like if I ever end my pageant career, I probably would want to do another pageant, like another major one. But for now, I can't give any reassurance. But I would love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Mahila Diao of Panay News. Next, you have Sir Ariel Sulasito of Action Radio Iloilo.
Hello, Alex. Good morning. My question is, during your reign as Miss Eco International 2025, where will you be based, and what are your priorities that align with the core values of the organization?
Good morning. About the place naman, sir, I think right now, we're focusing on the country first, the Philippines. This is where I'm most doing my advocacy, and then later on, Dr. Amal, the owner of Miss Eco, she's going to be here in the Philippines maybe this month, and we're going to be discussing more about not only the advocacies, but of course, the places that we're visiting and the organization's partner na, we can do further things. And in line with my advocacy naman, of course, I'm under SDG number 3, or the Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which is good health and well-being. And of course, as an athlete, it is important for me to be an advocate of good health and wellness. So I think it is something that I've been doing, and I would love to go further with the help, of course, of our local government units. And not only that, because not only that it's focused on good health and well-being, it's also focused on empowering people, especially women, that in order for us to take care of our environment, of course, we must take care of ourselves. Thank you.
Is there any follow-up questions, sir? Okay. Next, we have from Super Radio.
Hello, Alexi. Congratulations. Alexi, ano rin ang na-learn mo sa journey mo din sa pageantry? And if may gusto ka inambal sa mga aspiring candidates, especially sa mga Ilonggas, ano ang gusto mong inambal sa inyo?
Thank you so much. I think the most important lesson I have learned when I was joining not only Miss Eco, but since Miss Universe Philippines is, it's true that sometimes we want things to go accordingly to our plan, but it's not all the time na ang bagay mag-work sa ato. And what I realized is when I joined Miss Eco, I let go of all the worries and all the thoughts and all the pressure from other people, and instead I focused on my core and what I can do. And I think that was the best part of the journey. That wala na akong nagpakumba, iba-ganda na lang ako mambal sa iba. I made sure that I had fun. I made sure that I am connected with where I am, and I have friends with the girls. I enjoyed my whole journey, and the next thing I know, I won because maybe I was real to myself. I was genuine, and I think if I have a message to the young girls that would love to join pageant one day, it's gonna be a harder path. It's not as easy as it looks like. It's not all about the glamorous and the glitz. Behind the scene, there's so much sacrifices that you needed to do. So of course, first, realistically, you need to understand that if you want to achieve greatness, you must sacrifice a little. So you need to ask yourself this, are you willing to sacrifice those things? And then later on, when you talk about advocacy, not only that you're joining a competition, that you make an advocacy, you find something that you're passionate about, and then you enrich that all throughout your life. And if you want to learn pageantry, you make sure that you're not only joining for the sake of popularity, but I guess you focus more on the influence you can give to other people, because at the end of the day, if you go back really to your roots, if you go back sticking to your core, regardless if you win the crown or not, you did not lose the battle. Thank you.
Right, follow-up question.
in one word, what would it be and why?
That seems hard, but I can say roller coaster. Such a roller coaster experience, the whole pageant career. That's from Miss Iloilo to Miss Universe Philippines to Miss Eco. I mean, at first, who would have thought that I would get the crown to Miss Universe Philippines, that I got the Miss Eco crown? And I was competing for Miss Eco. Of course, the competition level is different. I was competing with the rest of the world. And I would look at girls, and I would see some girls that are prettier than you. Some of the girls are more, you can say the fact that they're more intellectual than you. But in the end of the day, I think the only thing that could make someone win is they're really genuine with what they are and who they are. And that they make sure that when they're competing, they're not only carrying themselves, but their ancestors and their people behind that's been supporting them. That's why it's very important for us to support the people that's competing, especially in pageantry. I can't deny the fact that it's one of the harshest industry to be in. It's not all the time people would like who you are or what you say. So to be honest, it's really, really hard. Like, you need to wake up every morning and get criticism from other people. And that's harder than walking on the stage. So how you handle those criticisms is what makes you a queen. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Danessa. Next, from City Mayor's Media Team.
Hi, Alexi. First of all, congratulations. Here's my question. So we can deny, that you set the standard high in the world of pageantry, of course, because you brought pride in our country. So what is your message to the aspiring beauty queens?
Thank you. I think, yes, as I mentioned earlier, yun nga, before you join a pageant, siguro, you need to ask yourself, is it something that you want to do because you want to be popular, or you want to be out of service with people? Because we need to understand that pageantry is one of the biggest platforms in the country. And when you join a pageant, most of the time people would look what you're doing. They would observe everything that you do. So you need to make sure to yourself that you want to dedicate not only your time, but of course your whole life for this journey. Because even me, I joined the pageant, and the only last time that I remember seeing my family was 2 months ago. Ipapuli ko sa Leon. I would only spend hours with them, and then I need to go away. I need to do some jobs and activities. So are you someone who's willing to sacrifice your time? Are you someone willing to sacrifice who you are to who you're becoming? Kasi most of the time you need to change who you are, but not to fit in the mold, but to learn so much from people that you know how to cater to people. And in the end of the day, you shouldn't really lose who you are. So when you join a pageant, you look at it as a service to people, as a mentorship to other people, not just something that you want to show off because you want to be popular. It's so much more than that. At least it is for me. So yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Right? We have from
PNA.
PNA. Okay.
Good morning and congratulations. I'm proud of the Ladies Agency. Ma'am, sa Lunes, ang ating mga fellow Filipinos panatagpo sa voting precincts para mag-cast sa ilang vote. Bilang isa ikaw sa mga influencer na supong because of your time. Ano ay mga mensahe sa ating mga
Of course, it is important that we vote someone who's not only working towards what they're talking about, but someone who cares about the people more. I think in the end of the day, if you want to choose the right leader, we choose the one who loves the people, we choose the one who wants to see not only our city, but our country progress. It's very important because syempre, we're not only selecting these leaders for 1 week and then we'll let them go, we're choosing them in position for such a long time. So it's important that we be critical with these people that we're voting, and we make sure that not only they are passionate with the things that they're advocating about, but they're genuine and their help to people is real. And I think that's the only thing I can say. It's really to vote wisely, to make sure that the people we vote are there to support us, to help us, regardless if before pa lang sa campaign or after. But yeah, of course, I encourage my fellow young individuals to go out there to vote also. Thank you.
will you be working with LGU sa several projects in line sa inyong pinuyatan na tayo?
Of course, I think so. Absolutely. I'll be working not only with the LGU unit, but of course with the Miss Eco organization. They already have partners that I think I'll be working with, and most of the time I'll probably be traveling. And I'm going to be the Miss Eco's ambassadors under United Nations. So I'll be traveling, talking to people, not only about my advocacies, but the country's issues or problem. And it's such a good thing to do. Like, it's such a good way to be an ambassador for our country. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Angel Tan of Bangko Radio.
Congratulations. And the last time, somehow let's just say that you broke a lot of stereotypes of women joining pageantry. And with this one, do you believe na somehow you affected their perspective of women joining the pageantry, that they're not limited with this kind of appearance that is supposedly accepted in this industry?
Thank you. You know, I think that's something that I'm very proud about myself right now. Of course, I give the fact na nagdaog man ako Miss Eco, I got the crown. But other than winning the crown, what I am most happy about is I somehow met the stereotype of pageants. I think, looking at me, I'm not the prototype of what you see in the pageant world. My skin is different, my hair is short, my body is toned differently from other girls. So most of the time, people would tell me, but pa siya nagpa-pageant? She don't look like the pageant prototype, or she don't look like every other woman. But of course, we need to understand the fact that not every woman looks the same, not every woman have the same build, or the same hair, or the same body. So I think if you want to empower women, you need to look at every woman that's out there. And you look at them, you need to understand that we're all different, but that doesn't mean we're incapable. And when I won Miss Eco International, I realized that I was the first Black girl who won the competition. And for the past 10, they've been there for 10 years, and I'm the first Black girl who won. And I happen to be in Ilongga, in the Philippines. So para sa akin, that was such a big help to the community, such a big work to do. And I think that it will always go down to the history that this girl didn't listen to what people want her to change about herself, because in the first place, you shouldn't really change who you are, that's who you are. I mean, I can't change the way I look, I can't change my hair or my skin tone, this is who I am since birth. So what we should change is our mindset towards people. As I always talk to my handlers and my mentors, that we want to talk about change most of the time, we want change to happen, but when change don't come in the form or in the skin tone that we see, we don't accept that. So I think it's such a good way that I somehow show to people that if you want to progress in life, you want to succeed in life, you need to accept change as it is. But thank you.
On the lighter side of Ms. Alexi, we saw a lot of videos na you're having fun with your fellow candidates the last time at Miss Eco International. Kamusta so far, ma'am, ang inyong mga relationship kayo? Nagagawa nito, gintugaan mo pa sila sa language sa Iloilo, Ma'am Alexi?
Oo, si Miss Thailand, si Perth, and si Indonesia, Lunar, those are my best friends dito sa competition. What's interesting kasi syempre, when we talk about pageantry, most of the time, this country is not Lokita, very competitive sa pageant world. And I think somehow this is the first time na nakita mo na these two countries, instead of competing with one another, we were just friends, we were best friends. Like si Perth, Miss Thailand, before she eats breakfast, she makes sure she waits for me in the room. Or si Indonesia, when there's something that I need, she tries to help. So I think it's such a good place to bond. And that's when I changed my perspective to pageantry. It's not really just about the competition most of the time. It's really sisterhood, so it's really great. And right now, we're talking to one another. If we don't talk sa adlaw-adlaw na, saan mga nag-tiktok to one another, they'll remind us of each other. And they was telling me that Alexi would love to visit the Philippines maybe June or September. I think September. So I think I would probably bring them here in Iloilo. Namin siguro I'll tour them around. And I help them with more Ilonggo terms. But such a good friendship. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Next.
So, congratulations, Miss Eco 2025. I'm Mariela from the Georgia. My question is, what are your plans in the next coming months? Are there any specific projects on the table? What are we doing in the next month?
Of course, right now, I think as I mentioned earlier, Dr. Amal is going to come to the Philippines this month, and that's where we're going to be discussing all the things that I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. I've been here back home for 2 weeks now. So far what I've been doing is, let's say, this media press con, I've been doing homecoming. At least somehow I get to spend time with my family back home, so I think that's where my priority is, even up this week. But hopefully maybe next month when I get to talk to Dr. Amal, we start working towards the advocacy na. I'm really, really excited to be not only meeting a lot of people, but helping so much in our community, in our environment. But I'll for sure not only focus more on the environmental side. I would love to push further the Avance Babae advocacy still, even if I'm joining for Miss Eco, because I don't think that Miss Eco is only limited to environmental protection because they're under United Nations, so they're open to helping the SDGs, so the 17th Sustainable Development goals, and I have the number 3, which is good health and well-being, which is in line with my sports advocacy, and then women empowerment, that in line with number 5, that is gender equality. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any more questions? Last 2 questions. Okay, from Radio Pilipinas.
Congratulations, Alexi. Maas na kami if may anak ang pag-separate homecoming sa Leon. And siguro message mo man to your supporters.
Of course, to my fellow Leonians, I would love to thank them at kakarako. Salamat sa suporta ninyo. At syempre, isang Iloilo pa lang ako when I was bringing the name of Leon. They're there na. And even back when I was in elementary days that I came from Leon, and I can't deny the parang grabe yung support namin Leon all throughout the competitions. Even kahapon nagpulit dito, mga dali na may little candle sa Lola. May nagabantay sa patio para mag-hide ng picture. So that's when you know that these people would really take time to be with you. And with my homecoming, I think they're planning about it yet. It's election time. So I understand that everyone's very busy right now. But of course, I would love to do the homecoming in there and spend time with my fellow Leonians. Salamat.
Thank you so much. Last question, please. Alright, from Jimmy Sobrado.
Alex, I'd just like to ask, who are the people behind your success?
This one, critical. I wish I had my cell phone. But of course, the core ones, it's given that IFFI has been there supporting me. Of course, with Tita Pangking, Tita Panek, Sir Joji Peña, Tita Sara, Miss Pao, a lot of them is supporting me all throughout the competition. With my team naman, for Miss Eco, the core ones is of course we have Sir Larry, we have Nanay Maki, we have George, we have Anton in Manila, I have Sir Jojo Bragais that's very supportive, I have Sir Voltaire, Sir Jonas, a lot of them really. And even my designer, Sir Rian, I'm really happy that syempre, during Miss Universe Philippines, Sir Rian is my designer. And Sir Jojo helped me reach out to him, which is Sir Fael is redemption for us. So somehow the gown that I wore during Miss Eco was supposed to be the gown that I was supposed to wear for Miss Universe Philippines, but there was a lot of